Hello there, everybody. Welcome to my channel. Victoria here, Radiant Moon Tarot. We are having a look at your 2024, thank you, year ahead for all Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising. If you're new to my channel, hello and welcome to you. If you're returning, welcome back. I'm always grateful for your likes, shares, subscribe, and all of your fantastic energy. Let's get right into your reading and see what we've got going for you. And as I go along, if you do find that you enjoy your reading, please do take a moment to press that like button there. Just a flick of your finger on the thumbs up sign. It really does help the video get seen, so I thank you in advance. We have feathers coming out here for you first. So this is showing to you that you are very much connected with your spiritual realm. So watch for signs. It is card 14. It's related back to the Temperance card, right? So this is spiritual alchemy. This is being in alignment, and this is really feeling that deep spiritual connection. So in your year ahead, you are going to experience more connections. You're going to recognize more signs, and you probably receive some sort of important message, maybe even quite a lot of them. The feathers do represent quite often angels, so watch for those in places where they don't belong, right? So not right underneath the bird's nest. That's a no-brainer. We're talking about, things that are out of the ordinary, something that would catch your eye and you're like, oh, that's weird. Pay attention to the color of the feathers that you see. That can also have some sort of a significance as to what kind of message that the angels and spirits are trying to convey to you. Certainly a sign, and a very important one. We have Archangel Raphael coming in here with you for communion. So this is a little bit of an initiation. This is very related to your heart chakra. And your heart chakra, of course, is your source of love, creativity. It's your power source, right? It's your heartbeat, right? Everything comes from the heart. It's the seat of your emotions, the seat of your desires, your creative energy, right? So engage with Archangel Raphael, engage with your heart chakra there. And this is a wonderful time for you to find peace, find forgiveness, find healing. That might be part of what the angels are bringing in for you there with the feathers energy. And quite often we do see signs when we're going through times of struggle, when we're going through times of difficulty, or when we're having trouble maybe letting something go, right? Not always easy to do that, to let things go and to go with the flow. So you're very, very much encouraged here to open your heart, okay? Be in the flow of the universe there, all right? But in the communion energy, this is showing you that this is something, how should we say? A wish may be revealed to you, a dream may be revealed to you, something significant may manifest in your life. And this is like a fresh start, a new beginning. This is a deeper bond, a deeper commitment with your spiritual self, or with people around you, or just with you, and just finding the joy in your life, finding the joy in your heart. So really connect with Archangel Raphael, a really wonderful archangel to work with. And I do feel here that there's, a little bit of a spark. Thank you. A little bit of a spark somewhere that's gonna light you up in the year ahead. It's a beautiful, loving, warm energy that's coming out of there. So let's pull some more cards and see what else we get. We have the Feast of Plenty, choices and their consequences. So for one, this is a time of abundance for you to give thanks, to give gratitude to your spirits, angels, guides, the universe. When we give thanks, we get more things to be thankful for. But this is, really about recognizing that everything has a consequence to it. Sometimes the consequence is really good, really joyous, really wonderful. Sometimes maybe not so good. So in the year ahead, you're going to have lots of different doors opening. You're going to have lots of different opportunities, lots of different choices to make. a feast of them, if you will. It is a time of abundance, a time of harvest, a time of things manifesting in your life. Remember, when you are faced with important decisions, let your intuition really guide you. Sometimes we have to think logically, we have to think practically, but other times we have to be a little bit more open to the ebb and flow of life and the energies that are around us. Sometimes we have to be a little bit more open to doing something a little bit different, and especially those things that feel right, the things that feel interesting and magical and wonderful. We're not getting red flags, but we can't explain like why this feels right. This isn't what I was looking for. This is not what I was, what I had in mind, but yet it feels like this should be the path that I follow. We can always choose the logical choice. We can always choose the practical choice. But sometimes we just really need to trust in our intuition and see where the wind blows you. But remember, whatever it is that you do, whatever it is that you choose, right, there is an outcome for that. There is a consequence for that. And again, the consequences are neither necessarily good nor bad. It's just that everything does have a reaction, right? For every action, there is a reaction. So remember, if you're, parting ways with somebody, right? Maybe you've got a breakup of a business partnership or a friendship or a relationship. How we conduct ourselves at that moment in that situation can really have a different impact onto how those consequences are felt, both with us and with other people, right? So even if you have to part ways with somebody, try and do so with kindness and compassion, even though sometimes we want to go screaming out the door or really get a load off of our chest, right? But there's consequences to that too. So you're really just being invited to just think about how you want to proceed, how you move forward, and try and do so in the best way possible. We do have first breath, the beginner's minds. This is awesome energy. And actually, I kind of like how these come out for you, right? Because here we get clarity, we get recognition, we realize that, perhaps we're realizing the outcome of something that we've gotten started and gotten in motion before. Perhaps we recognize that we have an important choice to make and we may even need to let something go. Card number 20, judgment card number, right? And then first breath, the beginner's minds, card 21. It's the world card, right? And when we get the world card, we've successfully completed a cycle in our life. And we're expanding. We're about to step forward into a new dimension, into a new realm, into new possibilities, into a new stage of life. In some area, this gives us an energy of expansion and growth. And whether it's new beginnings or just a fresh perspective or improvements in the next stage of development in something here, this is all about really breathing life into something, being willing to try new things, right? The beginner's mind, right? And in your mind or in your mind's eye, the thing is that whenever we infuse fresh energy into something, we can reinvigorate something, we can breathe new life, we can have second chances, or again, we can wipe the slate clean, which is sometimes we do with judgment card energy, and start over. But when we're willing to do something new, something innovative, the possibilities are endless. So we've got new beginnings coming up in some area of your life in 2024, but you're also wrapping up a cycle. You're making some important decision that propels you forward. We have mindful and we've got groupthink coming in here. So I do think that here for some of you with the groupthink energy, this is all about, being like everyone else, right? This is the energy of following the crowd, of letting other people influence your thoughts, your decisions. And I feel here this is an opportunity for you in the year ahead, number one, to recognize where you may be living your life externally rather than internally. This is an opportunity for you to break away from activities or groups, social circles, maybe even take a break from social media for a while, right? Because the group mentality or some call it with the mob mentality, right, is influencing you in ways that maybe just aren't in alignment for you. So I think that here you're going to be really changing your circumstances and changing your outlook and changing, maybe how you do connect with the world around you in the year 2024. And this can be simply turning off the nightly news, right? And depending on your mindset, right? I mean, the media, we all know the mainstream media doesn't necessarily report on all of the important things, right? They are controlled by giant corporations and things, right? So they usually do have a little bit of an agenda. And, when we fall into that trap, we stop thinking for ourselves. So find other ways, find new ways to think for yourself and to break away from that groupthink energy. This will bring more stability to your world. This will make you feel a little bit more grounded and make you feel as though you're seeing things in a different way, in a different light. So you could have quite the epiphany in the year ahead. You could have quite the you could be really gaining some clarity on some things, and maybe you're finding new sources of inspiration, or at least being really true and authentic to yourself and live your life from the inside and project that outwardly rather than allowing the external energies to influence your inner world, right? Very important to distinguish between those two, because when we live our life externally and we allow that to affect our internal world, we don't feel stable. We don't feel good. It's almost like we're allowing other people, other situations to dictate how we think, how we feel, how we act, and how we do. So I think you're going to step into a realm where you are being more honest and authentic and truthful with yourself, and you are thinking about things a little bit differently, taking your power back, perhaps. We have set your intentions, messages from your spirit guides. Okay, set your intentions. This is a time of abundance, of manifestation, of new beginnings, of creativity for you, right? And so set your intentions. What do you want? What do you want to start? What do you want to grow? What do you want to end? What do you want to attract into your life? Where do you see yourself headed? Set your intentions, because your power to manifest your dreams, your visions into reality is very, very strong. Focus on the positive whenever you're setting intentions and whenever you're practicing the law of attraction, which we do all the time, by the way, whether it's a conscious effort or not. Okay, we're always in a constant state of manifestation. And sometimes we think that we're not. We think that it starts and stops, but it actually doesn't, because we always attract things towards us that are energetically aligned with us at that time. So when you think more positively and you focus on abundance and optimism and positive things in your life, you will get more of those, because that's what you are aligning yourself to. So focus on the positive. We have Never Judge Another, nice and green, with Archangel Raphael coming in there, very connected with your heart chakra. Stay in your lane, right? Kind of like that groupthink energy. There's a lot of Judge Yvonne Brown shirts out there, aren't there? We sometimes connect with social groups and social media groups and things like that. And have you ever noticed that sometimes you might connect with a group of people online and you might share some interests, and it could be something simple. It might be a spiritual group, or it might be something like, people who are interested in arts and crafts. There's always some judgmental keyboard warriors out there, aren't there? Don't fall into that trap. Never judge another. You have your opinion. You have your way of viewing things. You have your perspective. You have your outlook. You have your goals. And they're not going to be the same as someone else. So the only person that you should maybe judge is yourself. And even then, don't be too hard on yourself, but never judge another. Live your life with love, with kindness, with compassion. Keep an open heart, keep an open mind. The world would be a much better place. Sometimes we need to practice a little bit of discernment, right? And recognize when is the time to speak up and when is the time to just be quiet and walk away. We also have Death is an Illusion coming here. And this is actually a really important message, because we do have the feathers. And the feathers, like we already suggested, can certainly have to do with messages coming in from your spiritual world. And this can be from past loved ones. It can be from angels, right? It can be from your spirit guides. So some of you have recently lost a loved one or maybe a beloved pet. You may, in 2024, also encounter those difficult life-changing events. But your spirit guides want you to know that there is life after death, that we are spiritual beings having a human experience. And death really can be the start of something new. Our past loved ones have never truly left us. They're always there in spirit. They're always there in their energy. And even though there can be difficult circumstances, there can also be fresh life that comes in, a new beginning, a new way of living, a new way of being. And there's grief and sadness and all of those things as well. But we never truly die. You can always connect with your past loved ones in spirit. Now, also, death can have to do with endings. And we do have Pluto, okay, our lovely planet Pluto, that is the ruler of endings, death, birth, transformation, evolution, growth, rebirth, change, but also power. In the year 2024, there will maybe some things that do come to an end, or you have to close the chapter, you have to close the door on something, but it's leading you down the garden path of something better, something new. Where one door closes, another one opens. Pluto is entering Aquarius on the 20th of January, and there it will stay now for the next 20 years. This is a time of power, of rebirth for our collective energies around the world. The last time that Pluto was in Aquarius was, it's a very slow-moving planet, by the way. It'll stay in a sign for about 20 years or so. And so for the next 20 years, it's in Aquarius. And last time it was there was 1778 to 1798. And this brought about the American and French revolutions. And we're seeing some shakeups of the old world order come into play. So this is the old, this is endings, this is out with the new. But it's transforming our world into something a little bit better. So the death of something, the end of something, a closing chapter, a closing door is only the beginning of something different, something new, maybe something exciting. You may need to process some emotions, process some things, but ultimately we're going down a direction of something better, and you are a part of that here, Pisces. There is so much love in the air. There is so much connection in your reading to your heart chakra, to your creativity, to your heart, to your imagination, to your intuition, to your spirit. I feel 2024 is going to be a year of profound change, but also a year of profound realization. I think it's exciting for you, actually. There might be some challenges along the way, as there is with us all. But I think you're on the cusp of something really magical. But yes, you may need to make some difficult decisions, right? You may need to let some things go. But you're making space, you're making room for things that are more energetically aligned with you and who you are and who you are moving forward to becoming. Deep message. Okay. So let's pull some. Let's pull some tarot for each month. All right. So I'm going to pull one card to represent the energy for each month. Of course, time is fluid, right? Things may speed up, things may slow down, depending on your personal circumstances. But we're going to get the overall energy. We're going to highlight some very important time periods for you, whatever shows up there, and we're just going to see what your year ahead looks like. So we're going to pull cards, one starting with January all the way through to December. We've got the Page of Coins coming out there first. Wow, that's not so bad for January. The Knight of Wands. The Star. Oh, love it. Love it, love it, love it. Queen of Cups. Wow, there is a big energy here of healing, of spiritual awakening, or just a little bit of magic in the air right there. We've got the Queen of Swords and the Empress. Would you look at the first half of your year, January through June? Wow, Page of Coins. You might be on a journey, right, starting there at the beginning of the year. You might be on a learning journey. The Page of Coins likes to learn new things, likes to enhance knowledge. So maybe there's some things that you're researching there. You might be going back to school. You might even be revisiting something there. We do have the Knight of Wands facing the Page of Coins. So this can be where you're revisiting something, you're checking some facts perhaps, right? It's like, did I get that quite right? Do I really understand that? So you could be going back to the drawing board a little bit, or double checking your facts and information. Some of you here, you may find that you need to slow down a little bit, or you may find that things are going a little bit slow for you. You might be on a journey for a new job. There might be some financial gain coming in. The Page of Coins is quite often one of manifestation as well. All right. This can be new beginnings. This can be invitations, offers, opportunities. This could be some money coming in, some gifts. All right. And it could be brought to you by our little folk hero there, the Knight of Wands. So there could be some blessings headed your way. And especially since we've got the Star coming there. Now that is Aquarian energy. Okay. And like we just finished saying, Pluto is parking itself in Aquarius for the next 20 years. So this can bring you some blessings. This can also bring you some healing. This can bring you knowledge and insight. And maybe you open your eyes and open your heart to something. The Star card does bring blessings, brings miracles. Big old yes card, very attached to your intuition, brings success and abundance, balance, harmony, healing, and hope into your world. The Queen of Cups really does speak to your spiritual self, but also brings love, your heart chakra, brings healing, and brings an openness, and brings the ability to be open. So I think there's some blessings headed your way in the first half of the year. And I think there could be, for some of you, improvements in your relationships, improvement in how you view the world, possibly shifting viewpoints there, hope restored with the Star, right? Sometimes we're feeling a little lackluster. We're feeling a little bit despair. And especially if we're watching, like, absorbed in the nightly news all the time, right? I mean, how many feel-good stories do you really make the headlines? Not a lot, right? So you might be changing on where you get your information from, Page of Coins, trying to eke out some more positive messages out there, or maybe some more truthful facts and figures, right? You could be doing that. But there is like this restoration of hope that's there. The Star energy does really highlight your ability to harness all the abundance, all the possibilities, all the gifts that the universe has to offer, and manifest them in your 3D world. Sometimes the Star energy, we get blessings and wonderful things manifesting right away. Sometimes we have to be a little bit patient, which is why we've got the queens showing up to bring you some patience and to just help you be more open and in the flow. But for some of you, you've got a different avenue for making money. Some of you are possibly embarking on a journey to find a new job, or you may actually get that already if the wheels have already been in motion. But the Star and the Empress are your two major energies coming in for the first half of your year. The Empress card brings creativity, brings abundance, it brings things to fruition. It's a type of harvest for you. This is where your new beginnings come in. This can bring in the resources that you need to get things done. This can also bring in love and happiness and joy and perhaps pregnancy for some of you there in this. So it brings in so many good things, so many good vibes, right? So it's a great, great energy in here, bringing you all of the blessings that you need, that you're looking for. Really engage with your spiritual self, though, because I think there's some profound insights and messages there. You might be getting some clarity on something. With the Queen of Swords here, the Queen of Cups, Queen of Swords, there could be a couple of very important figures, very important people in your life. They might bring you some insight, some wisdom. They may help you on your spiritual journey or whatever journey that you happen to be on. They might help you with your career. They could help you with your love life, right? You could just be making those connections, people with the star energy that are in alignment with you. You are part of the chosen ones. You're part of the awakening, right? So for some of you, this is a huge transformation coming in here. But with the Queen of Swords, you might be really gaining wisdom and knowledge about something. All right, Queen of Swords, very wise, right? But you may also be having an incredibly important conversation. All right, in the first half of the year, this may be something to do with your money. It may be something to do with love or with your spiritual self. If you are in a romantic partnership, right, with the Empress card there, you could be talking about starting a family or adding to your family. You could be meeting new people, new love interests. If you're single, that may happen for you. And so very, very wonderful. The Empress, of course, is ruled by Venus, right? Venus brings love and beauty and the pleasures of life. And so it's a really, really beautiful energy there for you. July, we've got the Queen of Coins. Look at all these queens coming out for you. This is nice. We've got the Three of Swords. Okay, so it's our first little chink in the armor there. All right. We've got the Four of Cups. Okay. Seven of Swords. Nine of Cups. Excellent. Wish fulfillment there. And we've got the Seven of Wands. I'm going to pull one more card with that. And we've got the Hierophant coming in there. All right, so let's see what's at the bottom of the deck. The bottom of the deck is the Eight of Swords. Okay, so the Eight of Swords is a restrictive energy. So, this is, I think we said a little bit earlier, this can be a year for you where you're kind of breaking free. So you may be in a situation where you feel a little bit restricted, maybe where you feel as though you aren't free to choose or free to think for yourself or free to do what you want. Okay. And so this can be something internally. All right. Because sometimes we create our own blocks and restrictions. So just be a little bit aware of that, right? But I think there's a little bit of an awakening happening. I think you do have an opportunity to break free, but you might need to make some very important decisions, okay? Or just be willing to look at things from a different perspective than perhaps you have been. But we do have the Queen of Coins. So the Queen of Coins is being patient, nurturing your goals, your dreams, nurturing yourself, your home, your family. Queen of Coins is very calm, very down to earth, very patient, but incredibly abundant. So, I think that you are very much in the flow of the universe here. Throughout the year, we got a couple minor bumps in the road, but nothing that you can't overcome. I think that you may be making some significant change, but I think you're open to it, right? So I think that you are dropping restrictions. I think you're open to change. There might be a little bit of hesitation there. Okay, maybe with the Seven of Swords coming in, you might not quite trust where you are or trust yourself, or this is where we sometimes have a little bit of a challenge staying positive or being really clear on what it is we want. Okay, but I do think that there's a little bit of a down patch here, probably around August, September, October, something internally that you're working through. Again, it's relatively minor, the Three of Swords, the down patch, right? We maybe have some disappointment, right? The Four of Cups is quite often where, we're kind of feeling a little bit disinterested. It's where something's not really floating our boat a little bit, or we start to give up on something, but there's something here that we're not seeing. So this could be a slight disappointment. You're trying to attract things. You're trying to, really follow a goal, or you're just trying to stay focused on things that you're attracting into your life, right? Perhaps you're engaging in the law of attraction. We see this quite often with people who are actively manifesting, We see the Three of Swords. We're getting frustrated. We're getting disappointed in the process. The Four of Cups, we're starting to get like, ugh, I don't even think this is working. But in the meantime, there's something that we're not seeing. There's some opportunity that we're not seeing because we're not willing to see it sometimes. So we do start to get a little bit distrustful of the process here, but we have the Queen of Coins reminding us to be patient, right? So because quite a lot of times you can't always see what is happening behind the scenes. And that's what the Four of Cups reminds us of, is that there's something coming in for you, right? You're just not seeing it, or you're not meant to see it quite yet. So it does require a little bit of patience, or it requires to keep that open mind and to see alternate possibilities, right? Because if we're not looking in our peripheral vision, and if we're not willing to look at something in a slightly different way and keep that open mind, then we're not going to find sometimes what it is that we're looking for. All right. But there could be some relationship issues, or just some issues that you need to work through, because sometimes we can have some deceit or some betrayal, trust issues sometimes with the Seven of Swords there. Okay, so there could just be something here that you're working through in a relationship, or just internally within yourself here as well. And if you've ever been lied to before, if you've had your heart broken before, if you've been disappointed before, right, then sometimes it is hard to trust in a process, trust a situation, or trust people. So this can be something that you're really working through, and it can be something that you are actually healing from. But we do have the Nine of Cups. Now, this comes in right around November. Nine of Cups is, of course, feeling great. It's where we feel good. We feel happy and content. We feel joyous. We feel as though, oh my goodness, all my wishes are coming true. And so you could have something that comes to fruition for you. A wish, a goal does come true for you there with that Nine of Cups. So it's a great energy. But you could also just be coming out of just a slight kind of down patch there, and you're feeling better. You're feeling good. You're feeling fine. You're feeling like your heart is filled with joy. You've cleared up some issues. You've got things back on track, and it's a great energy. And what does this do? We've got the Hierophant there. We've got the Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands does put you in a position of strength, right? You are elevated in your energy there. You're turning around, you're facing things head on, because you know that you can resolve whatever issues life throws at you. You can, or throws for you your way, right? You can overcome any challenge that you are met with. But this is also where you stand up for yourself. You stand your ground, right? You're feeling confident. You're in a position of power, and some of you may need to put up some very important boundaries with that Seven of Wands energy, and especially with the Hierophant. Now, the Hierophant is Taurus energy, so with that is higher level learning, taking something to the next level, but this can also be about higher level of commitment in something. Perhaps some of you are getting married, right? It can be a marriage card sometimes, but it's also one of spiritual ascension there as well, and really being committed to your spiritual journey. But perhaps some of you are wanting to be a little bit nonconformist in this energy. Now, this is December, right? So December, we have a lot of family get-togethers. We've got a lot of family traditions and values, Hierophant energy, right? But with that Seven of Wands, perhaps you are wanting to do some things your own way, right? And so you could be needing to put up boundaries with some family members, maybe some in-laws. If you're planning a wedding, right? Ouch, you can't necessarily, I'm sorry. I have a 10-week-old kitten climbing my leg. So I'm just going to throw her ball for her and get rid of her. There we go. Okay. Great thing about kittens, they're easily distracted. I'm so sorry. Anyways, so with the Hierophant there, you could be putting up some boundaries, standing your ground, advocating for yourself to infuse some of your family traditions into some things that have already been well established and in place for a long time, right? Not always the easiest thing to do, and sometimes we do need to butt heads a little bit with some people. Okay, but we can blend the old with the new. So you might be blending the old with the new there. But I do think here with the Hierophant can certainly represent a deepening or a heightening level of commitment there. You're using your wisdom and your knowledge that you've gained, your experience perhaps. So this could be a really good time for a new job, or to get that promotion, you may have more earning potential with that there. So it's like as you stand out in a crowd with the Seven of Wands, it can be really exciting. So we've got some quite exciting energy there coming in for you at the latter half of the year. So we do have a little bit of a down patch here, but I feel the overall climate of your 2024 is actually really good. And if you look at the major energies that we've got out, we've got the Star, we've got the Empress, and we've got the Hierophant. And by the way, Venus is the ruler of the Empress card, right? And Venus, it also rules Taurus, and Taurus energy is the Hierophant. So Venus can be really a benefactor, really beneficial for you in the year 2024. Now, we do have love in the air, okay? Some of you have new relationships. Maybe you're forming a deeper bond with people in your life, or maybe even reviving a relationship here. So I'm going to pull out a few love cards here for you guys. Messages for Pisces, please. Thank you. We have pay attention to the red flags. Okay, so for some of you here, there could be, as we've got possibly new love coming in there. All right, you got your guard up a little bit with the Queen of Swords, right? The Queen of Coins. You're willing to kind of, be patient, and maybe something is just right here, right? The red flags, the Seven of Swords, something's maybe not quite working out your way, or there's maybe some jumping to conclusions, right? Can be there. So just pay attention to the red flags. All right. Sometimes our red flags are minor. Sometimes they're big. Okay. Just pay attention to them no matter what your situation is. We have worth waiting for. So yes, divine timing is at play in your love life. So I do feel that for some of you, Spirit is sending some love your way. All right. We have very soon, if you're single looking for new love, then you could certainly have that coming in here in 2024. Keep an open heart, keep an open mind, and just really trust your intuition there, right? Because not every connection that we make is the one that's meant to be. Okay, so your intuition, red flags, right? You could have like a little false connection there, or one that's maybe just, kind of awakening you, right? Sometimes people are put on our path to help us open up. We also have give your relationship a chance, work on your partnership, okay? So some of you here, you may have some issues in your relationship, and then an opportunity to get things back on track. Relationships can be hard work sometimes, right? A lot of listening, a lot of honesty and truth, and trying to find that healthy balance, right, between the partners. So this can be sometimes very challenging, especially if there's blended families and things like that. So give your relationship a chance. And we have heart-to-heart conversations here as well. Open your heart, express your feelings, express your truth. We sometimes are a little bit reluctant to really speak our truth in a relationship, especially if there's any kind of fear surrounding relationships, right? And what if I bring this up? And what if I bring up this issue? And what if I want to talk about this and the other person, doesn't, respond very well or something, right? We can be afraid of a breakup, right? And that's not really how we want to go through a relationship, right? Being afraid to speak your truth in case someone gets mad and breaks up. So that can be a really big red flag, by the way, if that's your situation. All right. But I feel for the most part, right, we do have some really good energies coming in here for love, but always, always trust your instincts, intuition, and be willing to talk things out. All right. Magic headed your way, your magical powers. You've got the energy of peace, forgiveness, healing, all coming your way. More peaceful time for you. There might be a couple little disappointments or a couple of hiccups along the way, but ultimately peace and love and happiness and joy. We have here truth. Hey, there you go. All right. Truth revealed, being authentic to yourself, being truthful with yourself, honest with yourself, but your ability to see the truth in all situations here. And we've got Seven of Swords, maybe some dishonesty, maybe some little white lies here and there, or maybe recognizing, okay, that recognizing your truth and figuring out, okay, why can't I trust? Right? Why can't I trust people, or why can't I trust myself? And this might be where you are working through some things, but there may be some revelation. And and some insights coming your way. But your ability here to see the truth, to understand the truth, and to be truthful and honest in all situations, very much a magical power for you. We also have friendship here as well. And I think we already said you might be connecting with new people, new situations, new social groups. You might be meeting new love interests. You might be meeting new friends of any kind, okay? But you may have an evolution of your friendships here as well. And as we do grow and evolve, and, you know, there's a very deep sense of awakening, enlightenment, and spiritual growth for you. And we sometimes do drift away from our current connections. And this can be a little bit of disappointment here. And it's like, I'm trying to figure out what's wrong, and there's nothing really wrong. It's just you don't feel really connected anymore. So this can be a year for you where you're forging new friendships. You can also have some really helpful, supportive friends that are around you as well. And they might give you some help, some assistance, some guidance, or maybe you just want to spend a little bit more time with them. But friendship and connections of all kinds, very important. But remember the friendship that you have with spirit as well. With your spirit angels, guides, your spiritual soul tribe, they are also your friends. So this is an opportunity for you in the year ahead to really forge those connections, forge those bonds, and forge those relationships with your spiritual friends. Get some messages from your angels and get some angel numbers. We've got number 5. I am adaptable. The Hierophant is a number 5, hey? So flexibility is your forte. When life throws you a curveball, you can easily adapt to new circumstances and find excitement in unexpected change. Be brave and bold in your endeavors. I am adaptable. 5s, of course, can represent obstacles and challenges, but also exciting opportunity for change. We have number 24 coming here for you as well, so watch for 2s and 4s. And we have, you have a heart of gold and are very skilled at maintaining balanced, stable relationships. You are loyal to your loved ones and are able to be the nurturer, protector, and provider all at once. I am generous. It's that friendship energy. And we have number 23. I am adventurous. You have a zest for life and you're eager to experience anything and everything possible. You love change and excitement and need to feel both to feel truly alive. For you, life is an adventure to be lived to the fullest. I am adventurous. Some of you Pisces, you're going to spread your wings and soar like an eagle in the year ahead. Maybe you're going to try new things. Maybe you're going to be a little bit more adventurous. Maybe you're going to face some fears in the year ahead, but it does feel that there is some excitement in the air. There is change in the air for you in the year ahead, but it feels very enlightening, very loving, and a little bit exciting. So I'm going to leave all that there for you. I hope there was something here that resonated with you. Save this video and check back on it as 2024 progresses, because it is a lot of information to unpack right at the beginning of the year, right? So sometimes things make a little bit more sense as you move forward. So save this video and check back. But if you did enjoy your reading, please do give me that thumbs up by pressing the like button, and also subscribe to my channel if you enjoy my content. I thank you so very much for watching, and I will see you guys later. Bye.